Welcome back to Brentford Fan TV, and in this video we're going to be going over the 3-1 defeat to Fulham and then previewing Manchester United at home. And so
Yeah,
we're going to start with, of course, Fulham away.
yeah,
And going into the game, we had lost the two previous meetings against Fulham, and so you're sort of thinking we really have to give it a go
yeah,
because we don't want to make it three in a row. But of course we did. How do you see it then?
yeah. Well, to start with, I think it was all right. It was pretty good. We got the goal from their mistake. Damsgaard class as always. But yeah, from then on it just went horribly, and yeah, I think might have been because Fulham were better, but also because of our uh, game management, which I'll let you elaborate on.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think anyone was too excited about seeing the back five before the game, but I thought, you know what, I don't hate it as long as we set up well. Um,
Yeah,
and I mean, being completely honest, in that first half, we had a good press and a good structure, and that was it. Though we got a goal off Joshua King from a mistake from him, and
yeah,
Sharda should have scored from a mistake from him as well. But when it came to actually having possession, we did nothing with the ball every time.
yeah.
There
We
was
didn't.
never any decent attacks or any patterns of play, which was really, really frustrating to see. And
Yeah,
so, yeah, even in the second half where we got a bit more of the ball, we couldn't do anything with it. We were resorting to just long throw-ins and they weren't really coming off. And so it's really frustrating.
yeah,
And, you think we finished above Fulham last season. And yeah, we lost a lot of people. Like, we are heavily
yes.
disadvantaged. We still made a few decent signings, whereas Fulham, they only made like one signing in the summer and he wasn't even in the game. So,
Yeah,
I feel like we should have definitely. It was easy for Fulham. Let's be
yeah, we
completely
made it
honest.
easy though. Like, yeah, with the back five, you'd think we'd at least be defensively solid, but we weren't. And because we have numbers in attack, we couldn't get anyone up there really.
Yeah, I
So
mean,
we just created our own problems.
yeah, the first goal especially, Collins should have cleared it. He just missed the ball, a bit unlucky, and then
Yeah,
they got a lucky bounce. It hit, some random deflection, then hit Muniz, and then it just fell to Iwobi.
yeah,
So that was unlucky. The Wilson goal, again, Collins at fault, a bit unlucky with his touch, but then it was a well taken goal from then on.
yeah,
And I mean, yeah, of course, Wilson scoring again, and then their third goal. I mean,
mm,
it just a cross, and I can't even tell you what Pinnock was trying to do. It just sort of hit him and went in top bins.
yeah. I don't know what I would. It looks like he's trying to duck, but he's tall enough that to the point where he can't duck under the ball.
No, but why would you let the
I
ball
don't
bounce?
know.
If you let the ball bounce, it's just a guaranteed goal conceded. So he was clearly trying to clear it. He just messed it up
Yeah,
so badly. Um, I mean, and there's a few things wrong with the team selection in my opinion. Why is Pinnock starting over Christopher Ayer?
I don't
Keith
know.
Andrews knows that Pinnock was terrible last season, yet he's starting over Ayer. I don't care if it's Pinnock's left-footed, so we'll be left centre back. Ayer's the
Yeah,
better player every day of
yeah,
the week, especially in the back three. And so I should have been playing. I had a big problem with the front two, of course, that game. They were pretty shocking. Even Charlotte, he got on the ball a lot, but every time he did nothing with it. It was always just a loose touch or just messing up a really good opportunity, which is really
yeah.
frustrating to see. Um, but yeah, I don't know why or how we didn't have Dango starting as well.
Yeah, that's one thing that I was confused by because he's been amazing on the counter attack, and that's really the only thing we can do with this formation.
I mean, even in like previous games, he's the only person creating problems for other teams. Like he's been by far our best forward this season.
Yeah,
Sharda, he's had been awful in every game apart from Chelsea. Thiago, he's not really yet to have a good game, but he's been getting the goal contributions with I do respect.
yeah,
But yeah, Django for me by far our best forward, and he's not even starting. And then back to almost like the game management of Keith Andrews.
yeah,
Every substitution we made was like for like. Where I mean, and the most confusing one, like 85th minute, we're subbing on Carvalho. You're thinking, oh, finally he's going to take
yeah,
off Pinnock or a centre back or whatever
and
and get
yeah,
us in a 4-3-3. Um, And yeah, we just stuck to a back five till the very last whistle, which shows no will or intent to
Yeah,
even get that win or even a point. So that I think was the most frustrating thing.
yeah. I at least admit when you were wrong picking the tactics from the start and then change it.
Yeah,
Yeah, it kind of just makes me think he's it kind of yeah, games like this remind me he was a set piece coach. He's out of his depth.
yeah,
That's what this game made me think.
yeah.
I've
Felt a bit like that after the first game week when we lost to Forest. He just seemed so out of his depth. But then the next week we got a win and he made the right changes to the starting 11. But he felt again really out of depth in that derby
yeah,
against Fulham. I mean, it's a different thing managing a derby compared to any other game. So yeah, he really got it wrong.
yeah, he did.
Muniz had a disallowed goal in that game,
Yeah,
probably a bit unlucky for Fulham. It was just a
yeah,
flailing arm, but it was still a well took goal at the end of the day.
yeah. I think the reason the ref decided to disallow it is because when he hit Collins, Collins was like bleeding. So it's yeah, it was a hard impact.
Yeah, but I think that's all I really want to talk about for the
Yeah.
Fulham game. Players weren't really up to it. Keith Andrews got it wrong, definitely. And on to Man United.
Yes. Onto Man United,
Yeah.
and yeah, they've had a rocky start to the season, but that's expected now with Man United. But they did recently beat Chelsea, but yeah, yeah, they were kind of given the game after that red card for Sanchez because I think, yeah, from what I've heard, Enzo Maresca sort of just gave up. That's what I heard.
Well, well, I don't know, but either way, it was kind of a bit of a gift for Man United. Chelsea got the red card early on, and so they were playing 10 men, and then
Mm.
Casemiro stupidly got himself a red as well.
Yeah,
But yeah, I mean, yeah, at the end of the day, it's a good win for Man United.
yeah,
And I feel like, I mean, we only really talk about Brentford's tactics in videos like this, but I do want to sort of just mention Man United because, like,
mm.
as an outsider looking in, I feel like Ruben Amorim gets it wrong every single week, and he's too stubborn to change it. Because yes, I understand that's his formation. I completely disagree with the formation as a whole. I don't think it works that well. But even if he wants to stick with that formation, he's got 3, 4 players every game out of position. Bruno at centre mid. Why is their best attacking player at centre mid?
Yeah,
Because in that formation, your centre mids need to be sort of holding a lot more than going forward, or like very solid at least.
yeah,
Um, he's got fullbacks that aren't good going forward or on the ball. He's got Mbeumo as a central player. Ahmad playing centrally in their last few games as well because of
yeah,
Cunha's injury. But you know, I've watched quite a few United games this season, and Mbeumo he's sort of receiving the ball in like these sort of central positions and then passing it out wide to Ahmad. Mbeumo should be that player out
yeah,
wide
he
instead
should
of
be.
Ahmad, even if it means sacrificing him as a right wing back. You'll get the best out of Brian Mbeumo compared to
Yeah,
playing him centrally because that's what he is. He's a wide player. He's not a central. We watched him score 20 odd goals last season from the right. We've seen him
yes,
score probably 70 goals for Brentford off the right. Now he's playing in a completely different position. Um, yeah,
yeah,
so it completely baffles me that formation and how people like Mbeumo, one of their best players this season,
yeah,
but he's
definitely.
still out of position.
Yeah, he's much better at starting on the right and then cutting in,
Yeah,
or even crossing it from out wide.
exactly. But he's like he just starts from within, and like yeah, as you said, that's not his game.
No, it's not.
But yeah, let's go on to last
Yeah,
season. We got a nice 4-3 win against Man United.
yeah,
Remember that was like it was a pushover. It was a very easy game for us. Of course, we went 1-0 down, but yeah, we were cruising at 4-1, and then Thomas Frank made some weird decisions in the tactics, left us with like two in the midfield. We were very weak, and it was a bit
yeah,
sort of nail biting at the end, but it was actually a pretty convincing win for us, that
yeah,
4-3. And then of course, there's the 4-0 win from a few
yeah.
seasons
That
ago.
was that was a good game. We
Yeah,
had them 4-0 down within 35 minutes. Yeah,
yeah, and funny, it's like Cristiano, greatest player ever, but he couldn't hack it in West London, so
yeah,
or in Hounslow even. So yeah, we've got some fond memories against United. Hopefully, we can create
yeah.
another one. But yeah, shall we go into our predicted 11?
Yes, and yeah, we've gone with Kelleher in goal, which, yeah, I don't think we'd put anything else.
Hmm?
But yeah, um, Coyote, Collins, Vandenberg, KLP, back four,
Yeah,
which is more of what I'd hope because I doubt Keith Andrews would play it after the recent games.
yeah. I
But
mean,
yeah,
yeah, that's how he wanted us to set up against Fulham, pretty much all the fans
yeah,
in a back four. But I think when it's gone that horrifically wrong, the back five against Fulham, I think Keith Andrews has to now admit he needs to not be stubborn. He needs to admit,
yeah,
okay, I got it wrong. We're going to go to the back four, and we're going to do that against Man United. And they are of course a weaker side you know with a lot of faults in their team, so it would make
yes,
sense to be more attacking.
yeah, would
I do think it's possible to maybe play Aaron Hickey at left back instead of Keno Esparta or Rico Henry.
yeah. I was thinking more
Um,
Rico.
yeah, because I mean, like Keno Esparta's been good this season, but after a loss like that, I do think maybe we just change it up a bit with personnel. And I think Hickey's been really good this season, so maybe Hickey could get a chance. But yeah, into a midfield three of Yarmolic, Henderson, Damsgaard, pretty self-explanatory. Um, Yeah, Henderson, Damsgaard, they'll definitely start. I'm sure Yarmolic
Yeah,
will, but I was just sort of thinking he does need to step up his game a little bit more again, in my opinion. I know he's still
yeah,
young. He hasn't been in the starting 11 for much longer than the end of last season,
yeah,
but I would like to
yeah,
see him step up his game a little bit more.
yeah, or at least play as well as he did against Chelsea.
Yeah.
That was a good game from him.
And then finally, the front three, Dango, Thiago, Schade. Um, yeah,
Mm.
Dango for me is
Yeah,
our best forward. I don't
yeah,
know why he's not starting against Fulham. And then Thiago Schade, pretty
yeah.
self-explanatory.
I definitely agree with you there.
So yeah, I think all that is left now is for our score predictions for this game. And okay, I've got mine,
Oh,
and I'm going to say it's difficult, but I'm going to say 1-1.
okay. I've gone very similar score. I'm predicting a 2-2 draw.
Nice.
I think with the way both teams are working at the minute, I think four goals is a fair prediction to make. Yeah.
Yeah. Um. Yeah, I think I just said 1-1 because I mean I'm sure there will be drastic change, but I hope. I don't know, I just feel like we're not scoring too many goals right now,
Mm.
unless it's off
Yeah.
like mistakes from the other team. But yeah, and also one other thing to maybe mention is Brian and Mbeumo coming back to the G-Tech for the first time,
Yeah.
and so hopefully he gets a warm reception.
Yeah.
He's left in a completely different way to someone like Wissa or even Tony a few years ago, and so
Yeah.
hopefully everyone will give him a nice warm reception. No booze. Yeah,
Yeah. I doubt he'd get a hostile return at all. And yeah, if there are people booing, I don't get why.
yeah,
Genuinely wouldn't.
yeah. I mean, I'm sure
But
some people will. There's always people like
yeah,
that.
yeah. But it was the right time for him to leave.
Yep. And I think that's all for this video.
Yeah.
So thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah. See ya.